Welcome everyone to another maybe amazing live stream. In case we are live, sometimes we are not because 2019. So I made some videos, so not only all the Apple App Store crap nonsense that I made so many videos. Why did I make so many videos with the App Store? Because this stuff is so broken you can't even make it up. We sent over years, not like recently, but last year we sent builds with Xcode to the App Store with application loader. You build it, you test it, you ship it. And I made a video, builds disappeared, so you send it to Apple, it disappears on the servers. It was hilarious. If it would not have been so sad, it would be hilarious. Anyway, previous videos even support codes with Apple's technical App Store support stuff. It was hilariously bad. Anyway. So because the App Store review I made also videos with our amazing don't delay try exact scan today scan app for amazing document scanning in 2019. Apple now rejected and not making this up. You have seen this as videos if you don't believe me, previous videos. And so Apple wants the sandbox, which whatever, but also they want mostly a file save dialog for each file, which you put in hundreds or thousands of pages and hundreds or thousands of file save dialogs. Anyway, okay, fine. We went out of the App Store and I said it before, the new thing at Apple is notarization. I made videos previously, probably also should read the comments. Also comments in the audience, so probably means we have audio. So I can't make this shit up. So you see here you see here our notarization history. And when I made this previous video a month or two ago, when this notarization bullshit already was coming up, I predicted it will be bullshit. It will be censorship, annoying pile of garbage, and it is. So what happened? So also let me just update here my live view because can't stream from macOS because it sucks too much. So not making this stuff up. It's still not notarized. So what is notarization? So the thing is similar on Windows. They want this software signed. Like on Windows you get this is not signed, do you really want to run it? Just that Apple made the dialog so that nobody wants to run it because they say this is not checked by Apple, maybe it contains malware or viruses, and of course people don't even say. So what people wrote our support months ago in the Catalina beta, they wrote the app doesn't work, and then one support email, what do you mean doesn't work? Does it crash, this and that? 5 emails later they sent a screenshot, and the screenshot is only it's not notarized by Apple. It's like okay, so notarization. So in the App Store, Apple does a manual review. You would load it to Apple, it's laying there. Initially, 7 years ago, it was waiting for review a week or two. This improved gradually. Eventually it was usually a day or 2 or 3 and only sometimes a week. Okay, fine. So we are out of the App Store because certainly don't want to give Apple 30% of the money, but also be this harassed with their manual review where they tell you we don't approve it because you don't show we want a video, and after they got the video they said no, we want to save S dialog for each saved scan. Amazing stuff. Okay, fine. We are out of the App Store. We only want to give it to our customer, right? But due to this not amazingness of app notarization bullshit, this means instead of previously we could build it, test it and ship it, of course digitally signed with our amazing $99 a year developer certificate. The new thing with notarization is basically the same intermediate level as the App Store, just probably maybe totally automated. So what is happening is you build your app, you test it, and instead of shipping it, you send it to Apple for notarization. And as you've seen here from our amazing history, as we are professionals, we sent quite some builds to Apple the last weeks for Catalina peakbug enablement. And so previously, and I predicted this will be garbage, right? It's helping nothing. It's like snake oil in our reoccurring IT news here. This antivirus is snake oil. You drink it and you're not getting healthier and whatever. So The first notarization surprisingly actually even worked 2 weeks ago or something. You sent it to Apple, it took 5 or 10 minutes and you got this hash notarized in their database as known good. Okay, fine. When Catalina launched, this time significantly improved to 10 to 15 minutes. Okay, fine. And I said in the initial video, I said this is annoying, right? So I sit here, I need to get a new version to my customers and I'm waiting here for over 1 hour already. What time do we have now? We have nearly midnight. And so this is not time zone corrected as you see here. So this is 1.5 hours. And yeah, so this is Apple development in 2019. And when you wonder why people call it this was an amazing rant, no, it's not a rant. It's like this stuff just really sucks. It's not fun to develop like this. It's not fun to run a company like this. And if you tell me now running a company and developing software does not need to be fun, then I beg to disagree. Everyone should have at least some fun at work. And first of all, you need to, you get depressive with all those peak bugs, like everything you call and run in macOS and maybe Windows has bugs and peak bugs. But when you eventually got all the stuff running, you sit here and wait an hour or two. You want to go home and stuff and enjoy your family life. Instead, you wait here an hour and two and let's run this history. The only reason I don't want to disclose here any unnecessary, yeah, it's still in progress. So this makes it, so this is, you see exactly this output here that just, I don't have screen capture here because VNC with proprietary authentication methods. And so it's midnight now. This is, yeah, the reason I sent 3 builds, so the reasons could be multiple. Yeah, also Navarro agrees with me what kind of Gestapo. Actually, fun fact, my non-German wife also calls it that way. And yes, this is total control craziness. And also, by the way, Apple already announced, maybe we even with our exact scan, with not showing a file safe dialog, it sounds like maybe they will not notarize stuff that is not sandboxed next year. So maybe starting from 1st or 10th of January or something of that sort. And maybe we have then a similar issue with not being sandboxed and not showing a file safe dialog for each and every file name with this notarization. Because Apple already said they delayed like using the hardened framework, whatever the hardened system framework is doing. I've not yet analyzed this. But yeah, also I thought, so the first upload here is a new build for a business customer. They get a special exact scan, special flavor build. And so this upload here, it probably you see the mouse cursor, I would hope. Yeah, that is captured. So the first upload here, I was waiting 30 minutes, as you see here, 20, so this is plus time zone, this was probably 20 to 30. I was waiting nearly 30 minutes and wondering why is this not so this long, it never, so it could be like Apple is not totally overloaded. And yeah, fun fact, central point of failure, right? If your central, also previous yesterday's or so IT news, one certificate used to sign older software is expiring the next days or so, previous video, second channel, IT news. There you see what this digital rights management, digital certificates, it helps you next to nothing. Viruses and malware is still using security vulnerabilities in your operating system, and developers who develop normal, fully legit professional software, they sit here and drink coffee and wine and whatnot, and whatever drugs they take there in Silicon Valley at Apple apparently. So this, as far as, like everything is broken. Yeah, you look there, it's shit, there you look there, it's broken, there you look there, it's crap. So I don't know if, first I thought maybe it takes so long because we never use this bundle ID, this DE, EXA code, exact scan, whatever. So I thought, yeah, well, whatever, maybe that is whatever it's hanging or doing. There you see, I'm not making this shit up, that previously you see the communication, previous videos. 20 videos, 10 support calls with Apple the last year and stuff, that our builds disappear. You send it to Apple, it disappears. It never finishes, it's nowhere in the system. And here I thought, okay, fine, Maybe it is a bundle ID like DE, exact code, exact scan, special build something is the first time they see it, whatever they do there. Fine. Then I anyway had for our direct own normal customers a normal build to do. So the second build I thought 30 minutes later I said, okay, let's try to send the exact scan without OCR, the small, just 5 megabyte or 6 or 8 megabyte. Send this very small normal version of exact scan to Apple. Maybe it's processing faster. And actually, now that I think about it. Anyway. And you see it is also still not, let's update this here in real time, just that, yeah, it's still not processed. So the second thing here is a small version. And then in the meantime, I realized I was waiting so long that in the meantime I realized, because this is a special Snowflake built here for special business project thing, that I messed up the icon, and they said, okay, fine, wait a second, damn, the icon is not even correctly in there. So testing and more testing. I'm playing around, they're having nothing better to do. Maybe I should actually have continued to package FPGA stuff for T2, which probably would have been more productive. But yeah, this is then the next build upload with the icon actually fixed, that the icon shows correctly, because, yeah. Okay, fine. So, and there you see, this is the same stuff with the App Store. You send it to the App Store, it's not reviewed, it's rejected, and so on. And with the notarization stuff, it's already, I predicted it will be shit, and it's as shit as I predicted. And I'm really sorry when my predictions are materialized as truth or something. And yeah, first of all, I want to spread awareness. Please spread the word, spread, share, like, and subscribe. And maybe the problem is, of course, Apple is such a stubborn, like, we are the greatest. They're sitting there on the high Ross, pretending to be the king of the world and whatever. And so they will, even if we start a huge movement and open letter, like signing it with 1,000 developers, I don't have any hopes that Apple will change this, because they want the maximum total control over this stuff. And why do they need to have control? Why is it not enough that we sign it with a digital certificate, and this should not even be from Apple? Because why should it be under Apple's control who is digitally signing this, which, by the way, digital signatures are also mostly snake oil, but whatever. Fine, we can digital sign it. But why does Apple needs to be in the way of approving whether we are allowed to ship the app or not? Again, recurring reminder, I said this initially, without this notarization bullshit stuff, the user will be granted with a nice dialog. This is not signed by Apple. It will most likely be viruses and malware, and no normal user will click on it. And certainly you can't ship this to your business projects with a huge warning, not approved by Apple, most likely contains malware and viruses. PS4 now, the PS4 is hacked, I don't need to hack it. And PS4 is a PC, so welcome DTARD. And yeah, I'm not doing these videos to, just bash Apple. I make these videos because it's frustrating. You just don't get work done. How should we develop software? And also, I predicted this. I said this is a waste of time. It's a glorified antivirus scanner. Also, so it could also be that as long as it takes, hey, it succeeded. Unbelievable. I only need to be careful because there is this stupid. So just in the second, do they have here, by the way, a timestamp when this succeeded? Okay, so it's not like they intentionally harass us. Do I show you anything? So not making this shit up, not that someone later tells me, which, by the way, we can also slightly zoom by touching this. And so before someone tell me I make this shit up, this is live. I just don't have screen capture on this garbage. So this first just succeeded. This took now 1 hour and 30 minutes, I think. It's hilarious. And how should we ship software? I mean, yes, you could argue, you know what, easy peasy, everything is amazing. Just each time you need to notarize this garbage, either get drunk with coffee or alcohol or take other drugs, which I, by the way, all not recommend. or just develop your open source Linux and package FPGA tools, reverse engineer some proprietary GPU stuff for your operating system, write your own microkernel. But seriously, or you could also argue, yes, multitasking, just continue with the next item at hand. But usually, so by the way, this notarization bullshit, so the first version that they just signed or notarized, in the meantime I realized, damn it, I have not tested enough. I did not realize that the icon was not in there. So the first notarization is even useless. Thank you for that. So I probably need to wait another hour for the last there to process. And then, as stupid as it is, so by the way, how this works internally, so you send it to Apple, you send the full binary for their analysis, and whatever they do, maybe they click on it manually as long as it takes, I have no idea. Maybe initially it was faster because now they started their glorified virus scanner. And I said in the early video a month ago or two, I said they had malware detection in macOS. Why do they need malware detection in their freaking servers when probably the malware detection should be on the device that is running some maybe not notarized stuff? And yeah, you could also argue multitasking just relax, continue with the work, but actually, first of all, often it is the end of the day, right? You work the whole day, you get your shit done, and then you eventually want to ship it, and then when you want to ship it at the end of the day, you can't go home, or, well, you go home and continue from work, but either way, everything sucks in this stuff, especially when your customer waiting, which, by the way, my customer is still waiting because I'm still waiting for still in progress. But so even if you say, okay, fine, you send it, the problem is with this delay, it's not like even 5 minutes is annoying, right? Even if initially the delay was 5 to 10 minutes 2 weeks ago when the load was maybe not as high, and even 5 to 10 minutes is annoying. With this time, yes, you can do the build, you can send it to Apple, then you go to the toilet, you take a coffee, you vacuum the office, you answer some emails, I don't know. Even this scenario sucks if you just want to get the build to the customers. And also, so even in this scenario, this 5 to 10 minutes, you do other stuff, maybe even, you forget about this, you are stuck with emails, you work on the next item, like whatever, then this takes half an hour or an hour, and then you forgot about the stupid notarization stuff. And it's total inefficiency, right? Companies talk about efficiency, automation. Yeah, efficiency, automation. This is total garbage. And also, this is only the first step, right? So the next step is even sending it. So for our own deployment is now, even if it's eventually notarized, it's the next step of deploying it to the server, to the update seed, and so on. And fun fact, even Apple's own documentation, as far as I've seen, I've not yet totally in-depth analyzed this, but the other week I followed Apple's documentation, and in their documentation they notarize each of those shit twice. Why twice? First you notarize this bloody application, and then if you package it into a disk image or in some other archive, then apparently, according at least to Apple's notification, you need to notarize a bloody freaking disk image again. So this would be, if I package this now, if I run my packaging script, package it in the disk image for nice disk image deployment on macOS, then I need to notarize this freaking disk image again for double notarization freaking reasons. And this apparently maybe even then takes another hour or two. Hey, the second build just also, yeah, nearly showed my password to Apple. So just here live the second build after just, so this was 20, so this was 1 hour 10 minutes. Amazing stuff, amazing round trip time. It's hilarious. And in my opinion, this peak bugs is already annoying enough to develop that you develop something, it doesn't even work, or you develop something in 10.15, it crashes. Yeah, let's see, let me tell you, it's easier to update software remotely at intelligence agencies. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the deployment in Yes, we are live on YouTube. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's for sure easier for the CIA to hack you than this bullshit deployment procedure. And so how this works internally, there is a new tool that is called Staple. So first you upload this with AL tool, notarize, this is history. Usually Apple wants XC run, but it also works with a pass, but whatever. So that would be AL tool -- notarize app, primary bundle ID, username, password. And then you run a new tool called Staple that staples that bloody notarization certificate into your app and into your disk image. And it's set, it's hilarious. And yeah, it's also recurring theme, stuff gets more complex. People less and less understand how this stuff even works, what it's doing under the hood. And everyone just believes Apple is amazing, and at the end we are sitting here with such kind of software development. By the way, fun fact, but that is a story for another video. I totally hate the new Xcode versions of the last years. Total usability nightmare. But App Store using something like IPFS would be a cool concept. Sign and distribute everything. What do you mean by that? I think an App Store using something like IPFS would be a cool concept. Signed and distributed everything. Yeah, anyway, if you watch this later, leave me in the comments below what you think about this. In my opinion, total waste of time. And even the problem is that interplanetary file system? Are you kidding me or what? Using something like interplanetary distributed file system, signed, distribute everything. Yeah, whatever. The other thing, as I mentioned in this super long, usual amazing stuff, by the way, why are you guys still awake? Is it not midnight in the Netherlands as well, or Belgium? Apple can stop signing this, right? So we have the same issue, as I said already in the beginning of this live stream. As soon as Apple's, for example, if maybe, so right now it's not sandboxed for not showing a file saved dialog. The last upload is still not notarized, and that was 21:28 plus time zone, so probably 20. What time zone do we have right now? Is it plus 2 hours or also this or whatever? RFC, or where is the yeah, plus 2 hours, so that is yeah, also only Apple, right? Outputting dates, super user friendly without time zone. 21, 23, 28. So yeah, this is also already 45 minutes running. If you watch this later or in general, leave me in the comments below what you think about the whole situation here. And again, Apple already announced, first of all, they delayed some stuff, some requirements that is, for example, hardened frameworks, whatever this exactly is doing. As usual, as per the new Apple, everything is not really specified, although maybe they mentioned it somewhere, I've not yet seen it yet. And leave me in the comments below what you think about this garbage. For me, certainly, it's neither fun nor productive. It's a total waste of time for little to no benefit. And in my opinion, as this is little to no benefit, we had antivirus already, although antivirus snake oil, but whatever. Make a secure OS, make a somewhat malware detection. In any case, Apple doesn't find real malware with this, and even if they eventually uncover something, they need to revoke it later anyway. So this would still be the same malware revocation hash procedure, and so little to no benefit. The only thing that I see here, and that is a major point, is Apple has full control. So given that this is zero to very little benefit, this is only for Apple taking full control over this, that you need to use Xcode, that you need to use their compiler and their stuff here. And you cannot ship something without Apple's approval. And if they don't like something, not linking to this framework, not sandboxing it this way, then you will not get this notarization stamps there in the future. looking at flats in cities online to buy. What the heck? Yeah, that is what I meant. Also, what do you mean with wasting time, not being able to sleep at midnight and looking at flats in cities online to buy? What do you mean with that? Anyway, again, this is spreading awareness that this is like, it's worse than Microsoft. It's like total control maniac. And so, yeah, also leave me in the comments below what you think. Is this amazing development? Is this how, what? Is this useful for it? It's still in progress. It's hilarious. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you learned something. Again, share, like, and subscribe. And if, again, I've zero confidence that writing an open letter signed by 1,000 developers that are also annoyed by this stuff will change anything. But if you are one of those Apple developers and things that should be done, let me know. Maybe it's even time, although the problem is, of course, government is incompetent. Otherwise, would also be time to contact your local governments and tell them that this is unacceptable. I don't know what, but yeah, this would have been time better spent on open source FPGA stuff or other fun. At least we have zero job frames in other news, and in other news this is still not assigned. It's hilarious. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you soon.